At Ines Group Berhad, we have built a strong foundation as a Malaysia-based edible bird's nest company. Our subsidiaries Mingfeng and Dynamic Transforms are among the top 10 Malaysian companies exporting raw, cleaned edible bird's nests to China, reinforcing our position as one of the leading market players in Malaysia's edible bird's nest industry. Looking ahead, we are focused on long-term growth and value creation. Our plans include manufacturing bottled bird's nest and other herbal beverages in-house, giving us greater control over quality, product development, and formulation flexibility.
In Malaysia, over the past 4 decades, Hock Soon Poultry Farm has evolved from a humble family business into a leading force in modern agriculture. Today, Hock Soon produces over 1.5 million eggs daily, with operations spanning more than 20 hectares. Every day, freshly laid eggs are transported via conveyor belts into our facility, where they pass through multiple inspection stations. Hock Soon's in-house brand, Q+, has been serving the nation for over a decade. The range includes omega, selenium, vitamin E-enriched eggs, and jumbo-sized eggs. Hock Soon Poultry Farm, nurturing quality from farm to table.
What would happen? Machines run. Operation stopped. Tables are dirty. Business halted. Store closed. Staff gone. What if you had Manforce Group? With Manforce Group, every step is handled. Every risk is managed. Every regulation met, from permits to paychecks, ensuring legal, fair, and quota compliant start. Partner with Manforce Group right from the start. Powered by Manforce Group Berhad.
Where creativity meets strategy, and where brands are built on innovation and insight. We provide a complete 360 sales solution, creating real-world exposure through business events, awards, and networking platforms. We then strengthen online presence through digital content, media exposure, and performance marketing. To reinforce awareness, we extend the message offline through billboards, banners, and digital out-of-home media.
KleverStock is a content-driven financial media and investor insights platform. We integrate live stream coverage, educational content, market data visualization, and AI-powered tools to support investor understanding and engagement. In the past year, we achieved significant momentum across our operations and market visibility. We delivered nearly 99% of all IPO and listing day live stream coverage, featuring executive interviews, ceremony broadcasting, and real-time market updates. We collaborated with major corporates including Foodie, Aquawalk, and many others. We also expanded partnerships with investor relations firms, trading platforms, and marketing agencies. KleverStock is now ISO certified, and our official media accreditation has been renewed, enhancing governance, access, and professional credibility. Our content performance continues to grow rapidly. We achieved over 10 million impressions across social platforms, 1.2 million unique visitors in 2025, and more than 630,000 live stream views driven by our IPO and market coverage. These results reinforce our growing influence and visibility across the financial community. We advanced our technology with Phase 2 of our AI engine, enabling smarter sentiment tracking, automated summaries, and improved market screening. Our priorities for 2025 include strengthening strategic partnerships, enhancing our IPO and corporate livestream capabilities, expanding content production, and accelerating AI-powered investor tools. We remain focused on innovation, consistency, and delivering market-relevant insights. KleverStock remains committed to growth, technology advancement, and delivering meaningful impact to our clients, partners, and audiences.
In a world powered by data, Electricity is not optional, it is foundational. Every transaction, every connection, every system depends on it. Electricity sustains industries, enables digital ecosystems, and underpins modern life. Economic growth depends on stable infrastructure. Digital expansion depends on reliable power. EI power strengthens the systems that sustain both. We engineer certainty in environments where certainty is required. EI Power Berhad, powering tomorrow.
HSS Holdings Berhad, where we transform the finest bakery products into accessible delights for everyone. We combine premium quality with affordability, driving product innovation and leveraging our extensive distribution network to reach more markets, mini market, supermarket, and hypermarket. From HSS to LHMC and Kasaga, our commitment to quality, innovation, and customer satisfaction drives us forward. Join us in bringing incredible bakery products to the world. HSS, your trusted partner in bakery excellence.
Go!
Rest and go.
SRO. SRO, so you have a range clear launch.
And CDR.
Half of the case, processing and launch.
Good afternoon, investors. You are now on KleverStock with me, Dini, and I will be serving you the midday roundup with the latest market updates from this morning up until now. Opening today's market wrap with a look at the domestic front, selling pressure is building across Malaysian equities this morning as geopolitical tensions in the Middle East elevate investment risks. The FBM KLCI slipped 1.33 points to 1,731.47 at Wednesday's market open, weighed down by pullbacks in key blue chips counters. IHH Healthcare dropped 7 cents to 8 ringgit and 28 cents, while home improvement retailer Mr. DIY shed 4 cents to 1 ringgit and 48 cents following lower quarterly earnings. According to OPEC Securities, the lack of resolution regarding conflicts in the Strait of Hormuz has triggered a sharp rally in global energy prices. Brent crude futures for October delivery returned to the cups of $90 a barrel, rebounding sharply after dipping below $80 just last week. OPEC Securities noted that elevated energy prices and unresolved geopolitical friction are likely to keep the local market under near-term pressure, maintaining cautious range-bound trading as investors await greater clarity. Market participants are also turning their attention to upcoming U.S. inflation metrics, with the Consumer Price Index scheduled for release tonight and producer price data on Thursday to gauge the future trajectory of global interest rates. Semiconductor and technology-related counters face early selling on Bursa Malaysia, including Pentamaster, dropped 6 cents to 5 ringgit and 54 cents. Vitrox shed 5 cents to 9 ringgit and 59 cents, and Malaysian Pacific Industries MPI fell 38 cents to 47 ringgit and 72 cents. Among actively traded stocks, glove maker Top Glove rose 3 cents to 69 cents, NextG gained 0.5 cents to 28.5 cents, and Perak Transit P-Trans traded flat at 24 cents. Moving on to our local currency and foreign exchange. The Malaysian ringgit opened slightly higher against the US dollar this morning as market participants turned their focus toward Malaysia's official second quarter gross domestic product release scheduled for Friday, August 14. At 8 a.m., the local currency traded at 4.0895 to 4.0950 against the greenback, edging up from Tuesday's close of 4.0905 to 4.0940. Bank Muamalat Malaysia Chief Economist Dr. Muhammad Afzanizam Abdul Rashid noted that the domestic economy is projected to expand by 5.8% in the second quarter, underpinned by robust domestic demand and resilient industrial activity, which should continue to anchor the local node in the 4.08 to 4.09 range. Globally, the US dollar index traded flat, hovering between 99.72 and 99.89 points as investors hold positions ahead of the US Consumer Price Index released tonight. Market consensus expects US CPI to moderate slightly to 3.4% from June 3.5% reading. In cross-rate movement, the ringgit opened mostly lower against a basket of major currencies. It strengthened against the Japanese yen to 2.5673, but slipped against the euro to 4.7205 and eased versus the British pound to 5.5241. Regionally, the ringgit picked up against the Indonesian rupiah to 228.9 but traded softer against the Singapore dollar at 3.1952 and the Thai baht at 12.3356. Now for some economic news. Malaysia must maintain an open, diversified and balanced foreign trade policy, ensuring geopolitical tensions do not dictate legitimate commercial exchanges, according to the Malaysia-China Chamber of Commerce. In a statement issued in conjunction with the Malaysia-China Business Awards, MCCC Malacca Branch President Dato' Sean Lee Chong Leng cautioned that businesses are facing rising regulatory compliance requirements, approval procedures and policy uncertainties. Lee noted that this regulatory friction costs fall disproportionately on local enterprises, particularly small and medium-sized businesses. Highlighting China's role as Malaysia's largest trading partner and a primary source of direct foreign investment, Lee pointed out that bilateral cooperation spans high-value sectors, including electronics, advanced manufacturing, digital economy, green energy, agriculture, and infrastructure. He emphasized that deepening economic ties with China does not equate to taking sides or distancing Malaysia from other key trading partners such as the United States, Europe, the Middle East, or ASEAN neighbors. Lee urged the government to focus on administrative efficiency, regulatory predictability, and policy continuity. He stressed that foreign and domestic investors evaluate long-term capital deployment based on political stability and transparent compliance frameworks rather than tax incentive alone, warning that unclear procedures could lead companies to consider alternative ASEAN investment destinations such as Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand. We will now take a short break, but don't go away. We will return shortly with corporate news developments. Welcome back to the Midday Roundup. Let's continue with some corporate updates. Executive Berhad is projected to report stronger near-term earnings performance driven by higher fresh fruit bunch production, firm crude palm oil prices, and substantial gains from ongoing land monetization activities. CIMB Securities Research raised its financial year 2026 and financial year 2027 earnings forecasts for SD Gutri by 3% and 1% respectively after lifting its average Malaysian CPO price assumptions by 50 ringgit per tonne to 4,450 ringgit for financial year 2026 and 4,550 ringgit for financial year 2027. CIMB Securities noted that every net 100 ringgit per tonne increase in CPO prices boosts SD Gutri's net profit by approximately 6%. The research house projects industrial development net profit to reach 1.03 billion ringgit for financial year 2026, exceeding management recurring net profit target range of 500 million ringgit to 700 million ringgit while maintaining a whole rating on valuation grounds. Concurrently, Public Investment Bank raised its financial year 2026 to financial year 2028 earnings forecast for SD Gutri by between 8% and 20%. The revision reflects an upgraded CPO price assumption of 4,500 ringgit per tonne and incorporates an estimated net gain of 408 million ringgit from the recent Bukit Kerayong land transaction in Kuala Selangor. Public Invest highlighted that the newly announced sale of 556.96 acres in Kulai to Saimdabi Property for 418.5 million ringgit will unlock a further net gain of 373 million ringgit in the second quarter of financial year 2027. Public Invest maintained an outperform call on the stock with an increased target price of 7 ringgit and 81 cents. Up next, we have a commodity update. Malaysia and Australia are evaluating closer bilateral cooperation within the rare earth elements or REE and critical mineral sectors targeting the development of domestic neodymium magnet manufacturing and midstream processing capabilities. According to a statement from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, Minister Datuk Seri Arthur Joseph Kurup meets with Australian High Commissioner to Malaysia, Daniel Haynek, at the Parliament building to discuss technical knowledge exchanges under National Mineral Policy 3. The discussions focused on expanding Malaysia's domestic REE value chain into high-value downstream applications, leveraging Australia's technical leadership in critical mineral extraction and refining. Key environmental and operational topics included the management and neutralization of rare earth processing residues, specifically neutralization underflow residue, alongside technical frameworks for commercial magnet production. The meeting also touched on broader environmental commitments under the Malaysia-Australia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership spanning hazardous waste management, marine ecosystem conservation, climate financing, and preparations for the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP31. Both sides emphasized that combining Australian technical expertise with Malaysian sustainable resource frameworks will support regional green economic development. Today's major corporate developments and deals across Malaysia. Banking giant Malayan Banking Berhad has successfully completed the issuance of 4.8 billion ringgit in aggregate nominal value of Tier 2 subordinated Sukuk Murabaha under its 30 billion ringgit Sukuk program. In the data center space, infrastructure build-out in Johor continues to gain speed. HE Group Berhad accepted a letter of intent to execute 47 million ringgit worth of electrical installation works for a Johor data center. Concurrently, West River Berhad secured a 22.6 million ringgit subcontract to deliver electrical works for another data center development in the state. Turning to international business expansion, NextG Berhad, through its wholly owned unit Datasonic Global Technologies, signed 3 memoranda of collaboration to expand its secure identification solutions into Bangladesh, Mauritius, and Pakistan. Meanwhile, home linen manufacturer Yung Un Corporation Berhad announced that its 60% owned subsidiary TC Home Plus appointed Precise Development to construct a 13.2 million Singapore dollar or 41.2 million ringgit for Story Industrial Facility in Singapore. In renewable energy, Saipak Resources Berhad secured feed-in tariff approval from SEDA for the expanded capacity of its waste-to-energy facility in Port Dickson. Rounding out today's corporate updates, Sport Toto Berhad disposed of equity markets in 7-Eleven Malaysia Holdings and Berjaya assets for a combined cash consideration of 16.6 million ringgit. Overseas, Asia File Corporation disclosed that fire broke out on August 6 at the paper mill of its UK subsidiary, Higher Kings Mill, located in Clumpton, Devon. That's a wrap for Midday Roundup with me, Dini, on KleverStock. Thank you for choosing us investors. Stay tuned for our upcoming live stream programs.